Hey guys, welcome to another video of Saga. My name is Deep and that's my wife Chandrima. Today we are trying to figure out the best clone that we have for Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. And this is not a clone war, this is a mega clone war because there are like 11 clones that I have in my collection for the DNA of Pacific Chill. And today we will figure out which one is the closest to the OG. Individually, if Chandrima likes anything out of the clones, which even if it's not closer to the OG, can get some brownie points for being some, as an individual perfume. And the legal disclaimer for this video has been added to the description. Feel free to check that out if in case you want to. And the second disclaimer for this video, we will be testing the dry down of each perfume. So basically we have sprayed all these clones as well as the OG randomly in strips marking from A till K because total there are 11. And yes. And we will be testing the perfumes after 30 minutes of their dry down. Okay, so we are not testing the opening, we're just testing the dry down. And how we do the test is basically, we do a test by round robin method where Chandrima will take two strips, let's say A and B. She will keep one and reject one. The one that gets rejected will be revealed and we will talk about the projection, pricing, everything for that particular perfume. And in that particular way, we will test all the strips up until the last one will be the winner and which will be revealed at the end. So with that out of the way, let's get started with the clone wars. But before we do the test, Chandrima basically smells the OG, gives her rating, her experience, what she feels about the OG, and then we move on to the clone wars. But before we get started, I need to introduce you to the clones of Pacific Chill that I have in my collection, starting from my right to left. This is Pinnace White.
Wow.
Yeah, this Pinnace basically means a yacht, small boat.
Cute bottle.
Yeah, this is from French Avenue. Okay. This is Afnan's Rare Reef. Okay. This is very identical to the OG bottle. Okay. This is.
I think I have seen I have seen Louis Vuitton's bottle.
Yeah.
And it does look like.
Yeah, they have copied the bottle as well. This is Maison Alhambra's version, which is Jean Lowe or Jean Lowe vibe. Okay. This is Rayhaan Pacific Aura. Okay. This is the Master Perfumer's version of Pacific Chill. This is Ababel's West Coast. This is Menworks Atlantic Chill. This is Uff Perfumes Coastal Breeze. This is a new one, Scentadelic, and this is called Juicy Shroom or Juicy Mushroom or whatever. Juicy Shroom.
Mushroom?
Juicy Shroom. Scentadelic is the name of the company. Yes. This is Vivian Luxury's version. They have called it Pacific Chill.
Okay. But they have not labeled it.
This was a tester that I actually ordered. So that is the reason it's handwritten. But in the full bottle, they have printed it. And this is My Perfume Secrets Pacific Chill.
Okay.
And that's the OG decant over there. By the way, I do need to mention where I purchased them from so that at least they get some shout outs.
Yeah.
So this is the decant of OG Pacific Chill that I got from Splash Fragrances because I was not getting it anywhere. The French Avenue Pinnace, this one was bought from Sentira. Rare Reef was bought from Elix Bloom. Pacific Aura was bought from Elix Bloom. Jean Lowe Vibe was bought from Uff Culture. And Master Perfumer from Master Perfumer's website, Ababel from Ababel's, Menwork from Menworks. These are all from their own individual websites. Okay, so that's with the source where I got them from. And now I want you to test the OG and you let me know what you feel about it.
Okay. The OG.
Yes.
Oh, the paper seems to be a little different.
Yeah, this was
like textured.
Yeah, this was a perfume strip that I got when I ordered the Scentadelic perfumes.
It's quite a fresh, minty, fruity perfume.
Yes.
Citrus as well. So I am able to smell citrus, a little bit of an orange zest or something, and then a lot of mint leaves. Mint leaves. A lot of fruits as well.
Yes.
But I don't know what fruit, but it is very, very fresh perfume. And to be honest, it can be worn by anyone.
Yeah, it's a unisex perfume.
Yeah, I mean, unisex, yes, but at different ages also, yes.
Okay, so irrespective of the age, gender, situation, this can be worn.
Yeah.
So it's a versatile DNA.
It's a very versatile DNA.
Okay.
And very, very common. I think you can really wear it in summer.
Yes.
Because it will give you that freshness and even you will feel fresh.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I can just give it like a 7.
Okay.
Because it's not like, there is no woof factor for me. I mean,
Got it.
It's not like very different. It's kind of common element, I feel. So, yeah.
Got it. So, let me tell you the overall structure of the notes and the pricing and everything. So, you got almost everything correct.
Okay.
When you say fruits, it's basically dry fruits that it's characterized by. It has got apricot, fig, dates.
Blackcurrant vibe.
Damn.
What happened?
Because it has got blackcurrant at
Because
the
having
top.
like a cheesecake, like the blackcurrant cheesecake, no? When you have that jelly, it's kind of smell like that.
So, in this perfume opening, the top note is characterized by citron, which is like a big lemon kind of thing.
Very
Then there is orange, which you already mentioned. There is lemon, which you already mentioned. There is mint, which you already mentioned. In the mid note, it has got apricot, which basically gives that fruity vibe. It has got a little bit of basil as well.
Basil also is very fresh.
Yeah, herbaceously fresh, green. And then at the base note, it has got fig, dates, and a bit of, there is a note called ambrette, which is like white musk. So it's a bit musky in the dry down as well. Yeah, I understand. And the perfume is priced at 33,000 for a 100 ml bottle. Yes. So it's quite expensive, although the performance of this particular perfume in Indian weather is basically around 1.5 hours is a stretch when it comes to the projection, around an hour. And the overall longevity is like 6 to 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. So
not bad.
It's an airy perfume.
Yeah. Indian weather is like very harsh when it's summer.
So
yeah.
This will maximum stay like 6 hours on your clothes. So yeah. So since the perfume is too expensive, let's see if we can get something which goes nearby to the DNA of Pacific Chill. So let's get started with the clone war. Let's start with strip A versus strip B. And Chandrima, you let me know which one you want to keep and which one you want to reject.
Okay. A and B. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, in this case, I'm gonna keep B.
Okay.
Because A is giving me lemon and basil, mint vibe. Very fresh perfume in the same DNA, but I can't say they're exactly the same.
Okay.
Because the sweetness which comes from, let's say, the date and the other fruits is kind of missing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna reject
You're
A.
gonna reject A and you're gonna keep B.
Yeah, the DNA is same.
Okay.
Because as I said, like it's a very common DNA, I would say. So yeah, if the DNA is same, but the sweetness is not.
Okay, so the strip A that gets rejected is Master Perfumer's version of Pacific Chill.
Okay.
And this sells for 500 rupees for a 50 ml. And the projection is almost an hour. And the longevity is around 6 hours when applied on the clothes.
Okay.
In terms of the closeness, you will understand this is in the same family of Pacific Chill. But there are others which are a bit more closer than this. So this can be a good starting point if in case you're tight on your budget. But then if in case you can spend a bit more, there are others. So
But this one is also not giving me like the exact smell. Because I smell a little bit of watermelon.
Over here?
Yeah.
In case of strip B. Okay. So let's see if strip C can beat strip B. So it's going to be B versus C.
Okay, this is not bad. But there is an after smell.
Okay.
I'll keep B.
Okay, you're going to keep B and you're going to reject C. Okay. So is C closer than A? Or
a little bit.
Okay. So
the sweetness is a little enhanced.
Okay, so marginally strip C is better than strip A, which was Master Perfumers.
Yeah.
And strip C that gets rejected is Menworks Atlantic Chill. Okay, this one. This is Menworks Atlantic Chill, which is strip C.
A little bit better.
Yeah, a little bit better. And Menworks Atlantic Chill sells for 800 rupees for a 50 ml. So 300 rupees more than the Master Perfumes. And what it offers is a better longevity and projection. Around 1.5 hours of projection when applied on the clothes, and around 6.5 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. And in terms of the blend quality as well, it's a tad bit better.
Okay.
But somehow I just felt, I don't particularly like this DNA of perfume. Like Pacific Chill as a whole. There are some twists and inspirations over here that I like, but that apricot, fig, date in the mid note along with the freshness, I kind of hate it.
You like churut.
And Atlantic Chill from Menworks kind of has that sweetness a bit amped up.
Yeah.
So I don't like it that much. So now it's going to be strip B versus strip D.
Bidi. Bidi.
B. What means rejected? Okay, so strip D that gets rejected is because of, I will not reveal the name first. You tell me why it's rejected.
I mean, it's too greeny, too grassy.
Yeah, they have amped up the greeniness. Yeah. And
Grass. It smells like grass.
Sweet grass. Sweet grass. It's not that minty, it's more green and sweet. So strip D that gets
it's not close.
It's not close. Yeah, strip D that gets rejected is Vivian Luxury's version of Pacific Chill. And Vivian Luxury, I think you need to work on this particular DNA because it's a bit off from the direction of Pacific Chill. At 1250 rupees for 100 ml. Pricing wise, there is no problem. Just that the DNA is, if in case it's a twist, it's a massive twist.
Yeah. If it is a twist, then
it's a massive twist.
It's a fine twist, but you can't just name it
Pacific Chill. Exactly. So projection around 1.5 hours and longevity around 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. But strip D, Vivian Luxury's Pacific Chill, is not the closest out of the lot in this particular comparison. So now it's going to be B versus E.
They have got a little bit of ginger smell, and it has changed, by the way.
Okay.
I'm confused. Okay, now I'm going to reject B.
You're going to reject B? Okay. And why is that? Because of the watermelon-like essence that you're talking about. Yes. It does have that. There was a bubblegum that...
Bubblegum, yeah. Bubblegum, I thought it's watermelon. So
watermelon bubblegum.
Watermelon there was bubblegum, there wasn't any.
Yeah, there
was a strawberry bubblegum.
There was a Boomer or Big Bubble watermelon.
Boomer was never watermelon.
There was a flavor. Okay. And this kind of smells like that along the DNA of Pacific Chill to me. It has got the DNA of Pacific Chill, then it feels like they've added watermelon on top of it.
Yeah, a little bit something else.
Yes. So it's like a twist. So strip B that gets rejected is Ababel's West Coast.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
And it sells for 999 for a 50 ml.
Oh.
Okay. Like 1000 rupees for a 50 ml means 2000 rupees for a 100 ml. And the projection on this one is around 1.5 hours. Longevity is very similar, 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. And this was also something when I purchased it, I said I didn't like it. That is the reason I didn't get a full bottle. I got the discovery set from Ababel, but then I didn't buy a full bottle.
You give it to me, I'll wear it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. So strip B, Ababel West Coast gets rejected. Now it's going to be strip E versus strip F.
Basil is equivalent to Tulsi, right? It has given a lot of Tulsi.
Okay.
It has literally given Tulsi, I guess. Not basil.
Tulsi is called holy basil. Okay, in English it's called...
Tulsi.
It's like the variant of Tulsi only.
So
Videshi cousin.
I think they have given like the Indian Tulsi.
Yes. And it's that green herbal.
Yeah, so it's not same. So I'm rejecting it. Why are you keeping
No.
it?
You need to let them know which strip is it.
F.
So F gets rejected.
Is getting rejected because it's grassy and Tulsi-like.
It's rather than more being citrusy, it's more green and minty. And the sweetness is also,
Off.
I mean, mellowed compared to, I mean,
Very mellowed.
that is the reason I like it. Yes. So strip F that gets rejected is Uff Perfumes Coastal Breeze. I like this one and I recommend this one over the others in the Pacific Chill DNA because somehow I like this twist. And at 1300 for 100 ml, this is something that I will go for, even if it's not the closest to the DNA. And the projection on this one is an hour, not more than that, because it's pretty airy. And the longevity is also around 6 hours. So like 30 minutes less than the others. But at 1300 rupees, I'm like, cool, not a big deal.
Out of this, I think I like, still now I like this one as an individual perfume.
As an individual, you still go for Ababel's West Coast.
Yeah.
And out of the lot that you have tried so
Out
far,
of 5, I think, I don't know, the two the two perfumes which were more into the greens, I'm not gonna go with.
okay, so that's,
I think it is those two, among those two.
you
Or
have
between those
they
two.
don't understand which those two, the Master Perfumer or the Atlantic Chill.
Or Atlantic Chill. I don't remember the smell anymore, but
You said
I think Atlantic Chill.
yes.
Yes.
So between the two, you said Atlantic Chill is a bit more
Yes.
closer.
Yes.
So after like 5 to 6 strips, still you feel Atlantic Chill is the closest out of the lot in the rejection pool.
In the rejection.
And individually, West Coast is something that you prefer.
I like.
Okay. So strip
E is
still
left with it.
exists.
Yes.
So now it's going to be strip E versus strip G.
No. No. They've given Korpur.
You think it's a bit different, right?
Very different.
Yeah, I like it as well. That is the reason it's a bit different from. I mean, don't get angry on me. Okay.
Judging you.
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah. So strip G that gets rejected is Afnan's Rare Reef. This one. And in the DNA of Pacific Chill, I always say that I like this inspiration over Pacific Chill more. And it's more, I mean, if you see the opening of this one, this is more like Minute Maid Pulpy Orange. There was a drink, remember? It smells like that. Very orangey. Rather than being very citrusy, it's more orangey. And I kind of like that DNA. And
I feel that they have given like camphor.
yeah, there is a smoky aspect.
Yeah.
To it. And even in this one, the sweetness is a bit reduced.
Correct. The souriness has enhanced and the mintiness is enhanced. The sweetness is reduced and there is a smoky.
And that is the reason when I recommend, I mean, in my previous recommendation video, I usually say if you have got 3000 rupees budget, go for Rare Reef. And if in case you can't go for a 3000 rupees perfume, get Coastal Breeze at 1300 for the inspired DNA of Pacific Chill.
Right.
Okay. So Rare Reef sells for around 3000 rupees for 100 ml. And the projection on this one is pretty good, 1.5 hours of projection and around 6.5 to 7 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. They have somehow made this perfume, I mean this DNA, last a little longer by tweaking the DNA in some areas. And I kind of like it. So now it's going to be strip E versus strip H.
Okay, age.
Yeah.
H is not bad. But I smell a little bit of spice. I
There
don't
is.
know what is it, but more spice.
And
I
this-
think it is good actually.
Okay. And you think it's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
But is it close? No.
I understand. It's like an inspiration. And over here also the sweetness is kind of a bit mellowed down. It's not that apricot fig date coming right on your face.
True that.
And it's a bit more spicy.
Correct.
And this strip H is basically Pinnace White from French Avenue. And this sells for 3000 rupees for 100 ml.
With that bottle?
Yeah, with
I'll
that
get
bottle.
one. I'll get one.
And projection around 1.5 hours and longevity around 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. The bottle looks really cute.
Really nice.
I know.
Hey, you're gonna.
No, it's not gonna fall. Okay. So now we are left with strip E versus strip I.
I'm sitting with Eve for a long time, na?
Yes.
Okay. And you knew that it was going to win or something?
I cannot
fine.
comment as of now because then people will say I'm putting my thoughts into you.
It is good, and the sweetness is the fruity sweetness. But to be honest, something weird is coming to my mind. I'm not going to say it, but it's okay.
Why you're not going to
No,
say it?
no, it's very weird. It's very weird.
Okay. But is it rejected?
Yeah, it is rejected. It is just giving me like, the green and the citrus vibe. It's not vibing.
I think the fruit notes are also there. The one that I personally don't like. Yes. Yeah, there is a damp, sweaty. I mean, I do what you mean.
You do what you mean, matlab?
I do understand what you mean. I mean, the fruits mixing with the sweat.
When you are in the gym, somebody crosses across, they wear a perfume, yet you smell the sweat.
I mean, sweat plus that perfume. Yeah, it does smell like that, but I do understand. But is it closer than?
No.
Okay, it's not the closest one, right? Okay. Strip I that gets rejected is touted as one of the best.
No, it could be one of the best,
No.
but that's giving me a little bit sweaty vibe.
Yeah. To your nose, it's not the closest in the dry down. Done. That is what I want to know because I wanted to clear some air around this house. The perfume, no doubt, is really good. The blend quality is really good. Okay, I'll tell you. I mean, we will do an opening test and I will keep it because the quality is really good. But is it the closest one? No. The perfume that I'm talking about is Scentedelic's Juicy Shroom. Okay.
This is Indian house.
Yeah, this is an Indian house and they sell this 10 ml vial for 400 rupees. Yes. And their 50 ml perfume sells for 2300. So 4600. Even expensive than the Middle Eastern houses out there. Okay. So that is the reason. And there are a few reviewers who highlight this perfume and I haven't come across this. I mean, I didn't use it in my clone war because I felt that the pricing was pretty high comparing it as a clone because 2300, 2400 for a 50 ml I think was a bit expensive. But when the perfume in itself is 33,000, then that price parity makes sense to include it. And that is the reason even if it was available for like 400 or 440 rupees for this 10 ml, I went and I like, let's do a test, see what happens. Quality wise, I was blown away. But when it came to the smell, I felt that I have smelled better in terms of the DNA of Pacific Chill. So Scentedelic's Juicy Shroom sells for 2300 for a 50 ml. The projection is around 1.5 hours and the longevity is around 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one.
Hi.
Strip J. So it's going to be E versus J.
Okay, now this is, I think, is nice. Yeah.
What?
I move E now.
Oh, now you move E after J.
Yeah.
Okay.
J is close.
J is close. I mean, when you say close, I see
They
a lot
are
of
close.
conviction in your eyes.
J is close.
Okay.
See the smell now. So J is close.
So strip E.
And E is really nice.
E is very good. I'm
Very
telling
nice.
you, E is very good. And it's also touted as one of the best.
Yeah.
Okay. So strip E that gets rejected is this one. Vibe.
It's
Not
vibing.
only did they clone the bottle, they cloned the juice pretty well as well.
Yeah. It's vibing.
And this sells for 2300 rupees for 100 ml.
Very nice.
So pricing wise as well, it's not that expensive. Although there are
Correct.
cheaper out there, but it's not that expensive compared to what it's trying to clone. And the performance on this one is a bit weaker comparative to the others that you have tested. Around 1 hour of projection, around 6 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. So that is the only caveat to have with this perfume. But in terms of the bottle presentation, the smell
But this is
structure.
also magnetic.
Yeah, this is also magnetic kind. Okay. So that's strip E getting rejected. Now it's going to be K. So it's going to be strip J versus strip K.
Okay, K is also nice.
K is also nice. Okay.
But I think it is too much on the face.
Okay.
The citrus is too much. The
Okay.
basil and the citrus is too much on the face.
Yeah, it's more punchier on the green and the citruses.
I mean, if somebody prefers like a very strong perfume, which projects better, I think K would do the purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, would solve the purpose.
And
But
the sweetness is also a bit mellowed over here, and something that I actually like.
yeah.
And again, very similar to Rare Reef. If I were to suggest, I actually prefer Rare Reef more than this. However, this is also nice. I kind of like the DNA, but here also the sweetness is not on your face from that dried fruits. And strip K that gets rejected is Rayhaan's Pacific Aura. Okay. And this perfume sells for 2600 rupees for 100 ml.
Okay. Not bad.
And 1 hour of projection similar to this one, but the projection is stronger over here.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
strong.
And the longevity is around 6 to 6.5 hours, very similar to this. But till the time it lasts, this will create a better projection compared to Vibe. And the pricing is also similar. This is 2300 and this is 2400.
Nice.
Sorry, 2600. And the winner is My Perfume Secrets version.
It's an Indian house, right?
Yes. And it sells for 2300 rupees, but for a 60 ml. So in terms of the pricing, it's around, Scentadelic is giving 2350 ml.
Huh.
My Perfume Secrets is giving 2360 ml. So 10 ml
10
more.
ml, yeah.
More. Okay. And in terms of the longevity, this one is also like 1.5 hours of projection, and the overall, in projection it's 1.5 hours, and in overall longevity it's like 6.5 to 7 hours when applied on the clothes. So that's the winner in terms of the dry down of the perfumes. Okay. So if in case you had to rank them like 1, 2, 3.
I have forgotten most.
Okay.
I literally
Which
have
one you
forgotten
significantly remember? Because I remember
Obviously
this.
And I remember this.
Okay. I think this and this
one
should
as
be
well.
clubbed together.
Yeah. This is also nice. And then I will still go with this.
Atlantic Chill.
Yeah.
Not this one.
No.
That sweat makes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's making me a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
So
Atlantic Chill.
for
you.
me, it
That's
was
Atlantic
not.
Chill. Okay. And individually, if in case you had to suggest
I
which
liked
is
that.
West Coast.
Yeah. I
Okay.
like that. And I liked this one as well. This one.
individually, this is the clone.
No. This one I did I say I like it?
No.
So I don't think.
Okay. So individually for you, it's West Coast.
Huh.
Individually for me, it's Rare Reef. If you have the money to spend, if in case you're not, then Coastal Breeze. I mean, my recommendation. Okay. So now I want you to try the opening, and you'll tell me which one you think is the closest in the opening. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I still want to include Scentadelic's one
Fine.
over here, just so that I can give a reference to the blend quality. Okay. Something that they have done really well, and something I think I should appreciate. Okay. So let's start with the OG. Okay. Done? Okay. Now the winner, My Perfume Secrets.
What was that?
I don't know, it came out like this.
It's quite same.
Okay.
I
Any
think-
alcoholic blast?
There is, because it's citrus. I feel any citrusy perfume will have that alcoholic blast.
Okay.
But they're very same as well. Here the sweetness comes up, and here the sweetness is a little mellowed.
Okay.
I mean the Scentadelic one.
It's not the Scentadelic one, it's My Perfume.
Oh, my perfume one.
Now let me spray Scentadelic's one. Okay.
You have a problem. Location blind again.
Yeah.
No, it's different.
It's different, right?
It's different. The opening is also different.
Now let's try Atlantic Chill from Menworks.
I don't have space.
Okay, let me do it over here.
No. No.
No, I knew it. Now let's try Pacific Aura.
Arey, did you not put it? Oh, did you?
No.
You did not put any other perfume there? Oh.
No. What is this?
Smell na. Why?
It has got alcoholic blast as well, and the opening is completely different. Last, vibe.
Vibe check. Lemon and mint. No.
So
So I think this.
my Perfume Secrets is the clear winner.
Yeah.
Opening, dry down, everything put together.
Yes.
So if in case you're looking for the closest to the DNA of Pacific Chill, hands down go for my Perfume Secrets and you're good to go.
And I like the second one also, no? There was a second one that I said it's really good.
This too.
Oh, yeah.
But that's in the dry down, not in the opening.
Not in the opening. Opening, they're very different.
Yes.
Very
so
different.
in terms of the opening, nothing kind of matched the vibe of
But it
Pacific
this
Chill.
one did.
Which one?
This
My Perfume Secrets, yeah. Only My Perfume Secrets was the first perfume that I think did really well in the opening and the dry down of the Pacific Chill. Rather than that, some was off in the dry down, some was off in the opening. So
Correct.
that's pretty much it. If in case we have missed out on any clones,
I wouldn't have done any more.
do let me know in the comment section. We will see if we can do a part 2, part 3 some point in time. But this was the most extensive clone war we did in the recent times. And feel free to raise your queries using the comment section, or you can connect with us via Instagram, which is Saga Online. We will try our best to answer your queries as soon as possible. So with that, this is Deep and that's Chandrima. Signing off. We will see you on the next one very soon.